from the 56. I had a lot of people in the comments ask how did I get the paint to shine up without taking a bunch of it off. I'm kind of an idiot. I don't know why I didn't show what I was doing. So I've got several panels I haven't touched yet. So here's how you can restore paint from 1956 without taking a bunch of it off. Trying to keep as much of it, original as possible. So here's the way I did it. First things first, it's got to be clean. So we want to get as much crap off of this thing as we can. This door had actually been painted previously. I'm going to try and buff them, and there's like years and years and years of wax in here. So I'm starting with this Presta clay mitt. You can use pretty much any clay, but anything that's embedded in the paint is going to come out. I'm just using some instant detailer. The bottle's broken. Well, you can hear I'm just pulling all those years of imperfections out of it. It's just contaminants that get jammed into the paint. Acid rain, hunks of rock that get stuck in there over time. It's just to get as smooth as we can. You can sand and buff all you want, but a lot of this stuff's going to stay in there, so it's just a good place to start. Get all those contaminants pulled out of the paint. Better already. Now I'm going to a 1500 grit. It's just happens to be 3Ms with sanding wet. It's just some water with a little bit of dish soap in it for lubrication. Now I'm just trying to get, I'm not trying to cut this flat or anything. I'm just trying to get some of the chips and stuff kind of raise up through time. And this section of the door had been painted somewhere probably in the 60s, and you could just kind of see a couple of imperfections, a little bit of dirt here and there. I'm not going crazy, I'm just trying to blow across the top of it and get a couple things taken out. I don't want to take much paint off because there just isn't a lot on there to begin with. So I'm going to follow up with a 3000 Trizact. First time I'd mentioned 3000 grit sandpaper, my father-in-law, who's a woodworker, thought I was making it up. This won't take much material off, so you can get a little more aggressive with this. And this is designed to be used on a DA, but I am scared to death to put a DA to this car and remove a bunch of material. You can see as it's sanding, it's just a single stage green metallic, so you have to be really careful. Otherwise, it starts, the metallics, when you buff them, they'll start kind of turn black. And that's 3000 grit's kind of a neat tool. I did a Challenger where the guy wanted satin black RT stripes on it, and there's no way, you want it with no edge in between, where there was a mask line at the edge. There's really no way to paint it that way and have satin and gloss. Working with the painter, we figured out we could just take the 3000 grit to the black, mask off what we want to stay shiny, and you get a surface like this, kind of a satin, semi-gloss kind of look. And it worked out for the shop too, because the guy had to come back once a year after about 4 car washings. It ended up getting shiny again. wool pad and mother's heavy duty rubbing compound. Just gotta take it really easy. Pretty good. So that's, I have it down at almost the lowest speed. Just trying to make sure I don't pull a bunch of material off, but that's it's shining up. Too bad somebody did kind of a crappy repair here in the 70s. Pretty night and day difference on color too. Definitely like the older original color better. They must have blended this or something. I don't know if you can see there's some sand scratches and shrinkage from the original repair. I mean, up here it looks pretty good. I think I'm going to try and sand that edge back just a little bit. I think it's just going to want to peel, but maybe we can lessen the impact of that a little bit. Be really careful to not sand through on the original paint. I just want this rough edge to be gone. The color variation's obviously going to still be there, but I just wonder if we can lessen the eye draw a little bit, taking some of that edge off. I mean, this is a sympathetic paint restoration. I'm trying to keep as much of the original as possible. Also, it's just kind of how it was when I was a kid. I mean, I don't personally want it perfect, you know? Let's see if that is a little better. This is a Mother's foam pad polish. It's very thin. Straight. Come on, man. Get your head in the game. I should have wiped this down, but we're already this far. Just got some McGuire's Gold Class. I got this at Home Depot. Anything with a bunch of carnauba in it is what I go for. Doesn't have to be super fancy. I had a guy that was teaching me how to do all this stuff. So you always go back and forth so you don't make round and round scratches or anything with your wax. I don't know if that's true, but It's definitely how I've always done it since he told me that. All right, so this is about the gloss level when we started. And that's where we're at now. You can actually see me. This spot where the old repair was looks a lot better. It really blends in a lot more. But I mean, that's totally respectable. I'd cruise this all over the place once we get a chassis and an engine and all brakes and interior, and yeah. Anyway, looks great. Even just from that fender got polished, but it hasn't been, getting the whole business. You can kind of see the swirls and scratches in it. So I'm hoping give that a little more love, and it's gonna look a lot better. Nice. So there you go. That's how I usually do old paint I'm trying to save. The wool pad's super aggressive. I've tested it out on a couple spots, so I knew what I could do. Most of the time you're not going to be able to get that aggressive with a foam pad and rubbing compound. You're just going to have to polish, and it'll kind of be as good as it's going to be. But I did some testing and knew I could get a little more aggressive. I do want to thank everybody for all the comments. It's been great seeing everybody's pictures they've been sending me with their 56 from their past, or they have. And like and subscribe if you want to see more. We're doing videos on this thing. We've got an engine torn down. We've got a chassis that we're ordering, which is kind of exciting. And I really want to say thank you. Thank you for everybody watching, so we can keep doing this stuff. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.